Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Opposite Sides of the Spectrum. I am Lauren.
And I'm Tiara.
And today we are going to jump right into a question that I literally just thought of now.
No, literally, I don't even know what the question is, like, at all. So.
The question is, what's something that you would like to do better this year?
Honestly, like, work on my confidence and actually do the things that I've been saying I wanted to do for years and years and years. That's what I want to do better this year. It's like actually doing the stuff I say I want to do.
I'm saying that was going to be my answer. But I really just want to pick up the pace with certain things and not just putting it off because I'm afraid of doing it or because I'm just tired. And I'm not saying to not rest because we already struggled with that as it is. But
I'm sleepy. Like, I'm tired right now.
I know you are.
I'm exhausted.
But
please rest.
Yeah. But I think I'm just saying to push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone and really get things done that you know you can get done.
And like some good advice you've given me is like taking a goal of what you want to do and like breaking it up into smaller pieces to actually like achieve smaller things that put together is going to get you to where you want to go. So that's what I've been working on.
Because focusing too much on too many different things is just going to stress you out.
And like it gives you like stress paralysis where it's like you're just thinking so much that you just don't do anything. I struggle with that too.
Yeah. Or just thinking
being overwhelmed.
Yeah, they're just thinking that if it's not perfect enough, I can't release it or I can't do it. But we all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, literally.
So
we've been doing good with our podcast. Honestly,
we've been pretty consistent with it. So I agree with you on that. But moving on to the next segment is the song of the day, which I picked out today.
I've not heard the song.
Really?
No. I do listen to Flow, but I've not heard the song.
Well,
I don't think I've heard this song though. I don't think. Maybe I have.
I should have been going to bed. And I hate when I really want to go to bed and then I don't listen to music. And then I get out of it. So I was sitting in the bed and I scrolled. I'm like, okay, let me listen to Flow. I don't really listen to like a lot of groups anymore, just because they don't either last or I just don't. But they have.
I feel like groups aren't like. I feel like groups were real popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
And early 2000s. Like that's all. There's just number groups. But I feel like now in today's time, people just kind of choose to go solo, which there's nothing wrong with that. But Flow is like a really good girl group. Like there hasn't been, in my opinion, there hasn't been a really good girl group since Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So they're a really good girl.
Because I think they're like they're Britain or British.
Yeah, I think so. From the UK, yeah.
UK really be having some good stuff.
They actually in the UK, they actually like their film school. They study basically how to make money here in America. So their film school is very different because they actually study like the American market of how to make money, how to market correctly for either acting or like singing. So like their film school is basically like, yeah, we teach you all the things regarding to the arts, whether you want to do theater or acting or music, but they also teach you how to market yourself here in America.
And that's the hardest part, is to market yourself. So the fact that they're getting that experience, kudos, because we need those classes over here, because I definitely would have taken that class.
That's where Fifth Harmony came from. They were actually, I don't think they necessarily knew each other like that, but because they went to the same school, they were just kind of like put together. And then that's how they came.
See, I don't know if I would like
but
that.
Then they broke up really fast. So
and sometimes you can have great voices together, but you don't your personality do not match.
Yeah.
Or you have a good personality, or your voices are not just good together. So it's really hard also picking a group. And there's another group that Kelly Rowland put together called June's Diary, and they're really, really, really good too. But I think they just were not set up in a good place to where their marketing was good. Yeah. And now I don't know if they're still together or not. Mm-hmm. But that's another group that if they would have had the right marketing and right people that pushed for them, they could have went far.
Agreed.
But the song today is called Not My Job. And I had to figure out who everybody was in the group. Because once again, it was my first time ever listening to the group. So I had to Google to see who was who. But
I listen to Flo. There's this song that they have featuring Missy Elliott. I can't think of the name right now, but I do like listening to them. They're pretty good.
Okay, I heard that one too. But I think this is my favorite song out of the group so far. And they're supposed to be coming out with an album this year. So that's really cool.
Nice.
So I'll definitely check that out. But the intro is it says all and then Stella and Renee. So it's basically just like a lot of oohs and like the flow.
The intro things.
It's kind of like them just harmonizing and then they're all saying flow, which of course is the group. And then Renee starts off the song by just saying, let's take it back 1 second. Remember when I had that patience? Why'd you be so jealous? Ain't seen no congratulations. Hell no, you gotta go. Too slow. Party's up when I say so. Boy, there's a door. Get gone. I ain't gonna follow, I should say. And then the intro. This is my favorite part of the song.
Let's see why this is your favorite part.
Because it's good. But basically, it's Stella and Georgia. It's really all of them singing. But I guess they highlight the people's voices you can hear the most.
Okay.
So it's Georgia and Stella. And Georgia, ma'am, you didn't have to kill it like that. Like, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a favorite person, but I'm not gonna lie, I do like her voice.
So if Georgia went solo, you would definitely continue listening to her music.
I would. And I like all her voice. Like I said, I think they go very well together. But if I had to pick, then I think I would pick Georgia. Nice. And I thought it was the other singer in Georgia because it was spelled the same way. So I'm like, is this the same? I don't think it is. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's not.
Oh, you're talking about Georgia Smith?
Yeah.
Oh.
At first I was like, I saw that, that can't be right. But yeah, this part is my favorite. Let me sing a little bit. Why are you looking like?
I knew once it was her turn to read lyrics, she was going to sing them. I already knew.
But I'm probably only going to sing the chorus because.
Well, go ahead, come on, let's go. We waiting on our concert.
Okay, let me think how the song goes. It's not, wait. It's not my job to make you feel comfortable. I don't want y'all to sing that song, y'all.
Y'all, Lauren can sing, but in her head, she thinks she can't sing, but she actually can sing. Lauren makes music, and I'm actually a genuine fan of her music. I don't just say that because I'm her best friend.
Yo,
I'm genuinely a fan of Lauren's music.
I might cut that part out.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I did not want
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna redo this part. Like I did not sing that part.
Lauren gives me like Rihanna. Like we're just waiting on the album.
Because
waiting.
When there's a camera in front of me, that's when I be going shy, y'all. So I'm gonna do that part again and take that part out. They're not gonna see that part.
I'm gonna hush so you can edit this correctly. I'm gonna just hush.
But the next part, y'all, is the chorus, which has Stella, Georgia, and all the people singing.
Why are you laughing?
Because of how you looking. The lyrics are, it's not my job to make you feel comfortable. Because first of all, baby, it's not my job. If you ain't being vulnerable, that says it all for me. It's not my job to make you feel like the man. Boy, you need to stop. It's not my job to make you something that you're not. And I like those lyrics.
Nice.
Because it's not a person's job to make you something that you just don't want to be or that you're not. Yeah. And I think a lot of times we get with people in hopes that they can make us be the person that we are.
Yeah.
when that's not their responsibility. I feel like they can support you, they can help you through that journey, but it's not your job.
Yeah.
I can't teach you how to be a man just like you can't teach me how to be a woman. Like, that's why I feel like those are really good lyrics, because I know it's simple, but that's a lot of people really be wanting that from other people. It's not our job to fill that void to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna get fired every time from that job. Because it's never gonna be enough. If you are not happy within yourself, then it's not really a lot that somebody can essentially do for you, because it's never gonna be enough.
Yeah, I'm a very big believer in, like, you have to pour into yourself first before you expect someone else to pour into you. So, like, if you like words of affirmation, you have to give yourself those words of affirmation. I don't think it's healthy to, like, seek somebody out to give you that. Like, you should be giving that to yourself. And I think a lot of people, sometimes I think people date because they're seeking someone to give them something that they want when they can really just give it to themselves. Now, I know, like, someone else giving you something versus, like, you doing it yourself is different, yes. But I think we put too much expectation on people to do the work that we wouldn't personally do for ourselves.
I agree with that, too. Don't be taking shortcuts with yourself.
Yeah.
Because how somebody might construct you might not even like anyway. Yeah. So you just wasted everybody's time. When you should have just took the initiative yourself to do the work. And if you're not willing to do the work yourself, you shouldn't be dating.
Please sit down.
Ask yourself why
I've been sitting down. Please sit down. And more people need to just sit down and stop dating for a little bit, honestly.
It's not gonna kill you, I promise. There's still gonna be people on this earth for you.
Mm-hmm.
But the second verse, which is once again all of the girls in the group, I think they're 19 and
I don't know how old they are. I discovered Flow from, like, a friend, and he will listen to them, and I'm like, I like this, so I started listening to them. So, like, I don't know how old they are, but I just know they're from the UK.
I might do a surprise. I do still want to sing a song, y'all, but I think what I'm gonna do is
y'all have to look. I'm gonna make her sing the song, and I'm gonna make her post it to our podcast channel.
That's actually my idea anyway.
Yeah.
Because when I'm on the spot, y'all, I'll be freaking out. But basically, is the three girls in verse 2 just saying, I'm not the type of girl to wait around. So when you're gonna hurry up, say what's up. Only thing that I ain't got is time, which we all know time is it. If you feel like the way, you better say it. So no, I don't like the way you run your mouth talking about you man enough for all my love. Boy, this isn't working. I resign. No. And then it's just the chorus again, and then the bridge is Renee Georgilla. And now I love the when they get to this bridge. How their voices just sync together is so good. That's why, y'all, I was up for like 30 minutes listening to this song.
On repeat.
When I like a song, I have to stop listening to it because I'll just play it over and over again. So, yes, this song was good. But the bridge is basically saying, never been my job, never been my occupation. And I think that's Renee. That's how many times I listen to this darn song. Renee is saying that line. And then Stella comes in and just says, I can do bad all by myself for your information. And then Georgia comes in and listen to the live version, y'all. The live version is really, really good. But she comes in and says, call yourself a king when it comes to relationships. Say you want forever. Well, get your act together. Once again, if the actions and the words are not aligning with the person, that's the red banner right there.
Yes. I know we're not on the dating advice portion, but stop banking on people's potential. Stop it. It's not worth it. It's not ever, never, ever worth it. If you have to bank on their potential, then it's just a no. Because really, you're just banking off of, like, what you would do if you were that person. You're not really banking off of, like, truly what they feel they want to do. Mm-hmm. So it's never going to work out if you just are going off of potential.
Pretty much. And then after they do the verse 2, they just jump back in the chorus. And then it's the outro, which is Stella saying, hell no, you gotta go. Too slow. Party's up when I say so. Basically saying the same thing. Boy, there's a door. Oh no, you gotta go. Too slow, too slow. Slow, slow. Party's up when I say so. It's not my job. And then to make something you are not. So that's my favorite song, y'all. And I'll sing the chorus. I'm not singing the whole song, but I'll sing like the chorus. That might be put up today. We'll see. Because I've been meaning to do a singing video anyway.
Nice.
So we'll see, y'all. But that's my song.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this song. I might have already heard it, but me not like just the lyrics. That I'm probably not like getting it, but I've probably heard that song, to be honest.
All right, now we are moving on to the Black History / queer news. If y'all haven't already forgotten, it is Black History Month.
It is still currently Black History Month, the shortest month of the year, but
we're not going to talk about that today. We're not talking about that.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about Miss Paulette Green and Donna Deere. Paulette is 78, Donna is 77. They are a Black queer lesbian couple.
Cute.
They reside on the Dr. Anthony Thompson plantation in let me see where this plantation is. In Maryland. And they now own the land. They've been married for 50 years. They own the land. And on this particular land, this 2,000-acre land, is where Harriet Tubman's family resided. And this is also the land where the escaping slaves would go, and they would go to this tulip tree, and they called it the witness tree. And they would pray and do rituals before they would continue their journey up north. So I think it's really cool that a Black queer couple currently today owns this land. They let people come visit. They teach the history of the land. And I think that's just extremely amazing. And for them to both be in their 70s, nearly 80, and still educating and taking care of this land is truly, truly amazing. And from a Black queer woman, I appreciate them.
I've never heard of them either, so that's really dope that they have that. So if you're in the Baltimore, Maryland area, definitely put that on your to-do list, because that's history that they're not teaching nowadays.
Exactly. We got to keep our history alive. Oh, they were featured in a short film in 2023 at the Black Film Festival, and their short film was called The Aunties. So if you can find that, you can definitely watch it.
That's so cute. This reminded me of when I went to New York, like right after I graduated college. And I know we haven't done like a coming out story, but I officially came out in college. But it was this lady who sat next to me at the airport, this older Black lady. She was probably in her 50s, 60s. And we started talking, and she said she was a queer one. I was like,
the excitement.
Yeah, that was so funny, y'all, because I think at that time in my mind, I just assumed that I'm not going to be able to find anybody that's older and queer. It's just going to be the young people, and that's it. So that was really nice. And she had kids and stuff, and she was telling me about her life story and all that. But I just thought that was really cool. Like, I was so happy to just get that reassurance that I think I needed for myself. And once again, she didn't know me from a can of paint. I never seen a woman in my life either. But I think that's just something I really needed at that time. So that was really cool.
I think it's nice to see that it's like you can be queer and still make it to your 70s and 80s and 90s and live and thrive. Yes. We really need to see that.
Yes, we really do. So, tearing up. Yeah, I don't know why I'm tearing up.
It's because it's February. It's the love month. Lauren's been in a real lovey mood.
No, I don't know why I have, because
it's super lovey mood.
Don't know why, because I ain't loving nobody out here.
No, I'm not loving nobody out here.
But
what is your dating advice for the people today?
So my dating advice is, I think when dating yourself, you have to ask yourself what essentially you're wanting from that person. Like, are you just wanting pieces of that person or the whole person? I think that's because sometimes we say, oh, we like a person or we want a person, but what is it about that person that we like, essentially? And I feel like once you've gotten all the pieces connected with that person, is this something that you have the capacity for or you do not have the capacity for?
Yeah. So basically you're saying that I feel like you have a two-part because you started with dating yourself, right?
Sure, we can say that.
Sure.
I was just saying, right? No, I was just saying, like when dating, like questions to ask yourself.
Oh, questions to ask yourself while you're dating. Okay, yeah. I don't think people ask enough questions when they date. Like, please let us know in the comments what questions do you ask on a date, on a first date, on a third date, like in those early stages of dating. Because to me, it feels like people are just getting together, having sex, and then just being like, I guess we're dating now. Like, there's no conversations about like life goals, life plans, how y'all fit well with each other, what how y'all's careers are. Like, what do people talk about when they date? Because I feel like not a lot of people are talking about a lot of things. They're just kind of getting together out of convenience. So, and I feel like once I start dating, people are gonna feel like they're on a job interview with all the questions.
And that's not the intention. Like it's not. The questions are not to make you feel intimidated or anything, but it's like certain things I really do need to know in order to make a firm, good decision for me.
Yeah, I think the top things people should really start discussing is like career goals, just like life plans. Like, do y'all have life plans and goals that align? Yeah. Kids is a big one. Religion is a big one. And just like what you're looking for. Yes. I feel like a lot of people aren't honest with what they're looking for. And whatever you're looking for is valid and it's okay. If you're just looking for a situationship, that's fine. If you're looking for marriage, that's fine. But I think you should just be upfront and honest with people what you're looking for, not try to coerce them into being in the type of relationship you want them to be in without telling them what it is.
And you not going back on your word because you like them a lot, even though you know that's not what you want. Yeah. So, I'm not going to say the other part. I think I'm going to say that for a different episode.
No, what's the other part?
The other part. And I think we have all done this to an extent. But when you're dating or thinking about dating somebody, do not rationalize into delusion. Because
I'm giving that look because I'm in a little situationship that I'm not going to talk about publicly right now. So that was a little read, I feel like.
That was not a read. That was not a read. That was advice that I think everybody can relate to on some type of level, because I don't know what it is about 2024 and just 20 last year, but I think everybody is just, I think just there's so much going on in our personal lives with other people that we just rationalize anything now.
Yeah. But no, I don't think it's good to like know somebody is not for you, but then you start rationalizing to then make it okay. Yeah. That's not okay at all. This is so off topic, but I sent, and maybe we'll repost this to our page, but I sent Lauren this reel of this man on this podcast saying he's being interviewed, and y'all have probably seen this if you know what I'm talking about, but this man is being interviewed on this podcast, and they're talking about like marriage and why it's hard. And he was like, yeah, marriage is hard, but I'm overcoming. I'm getting through it. And the guy's like, you know, what are you overcoming in your marriage? And he was like, well, I have 2 kids with my wife. And he was just like, why'd you say it like that? Like, what does 2 kids with your wife mean? And he's like, well, me and my wife have been together for 7 years, but he basically had an outside baby on her 2 years ago. And then he asked, like, what is the best thing you've done as a husband? And he's like, well, I text my wife these morning texts, and I decided to just send her a blue heart every day and add on to the heart. So he made it to day 21, and then he just stopped sending her blue hearts. But that's what he said as a husband. That's the best thing he's done in their marriage. And I'm just like, the bar has been in hell so long with just dating trash people that don't care about you that it's just burned up and disintegrated. There just is no bar anymore. Because I would have left at the outside baby, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
But after I saw that podcast and saw this man embarrass me saying the best thing he's done for me as a husband is text me some damn blue hearts. If the divorce papers are not being worked on, like, ma'am, what is the reason? I really want to know what is the reason. That is crazy.
I think some people just feel trapped, even though they're not trapped and they have the choice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's hard, especially when you have kids and it's not just you and that person. But there's always a choice to be made, and kids are not stupid. Kids see the dysfunction and they see the things that are going on. Advice
to parents. It doesn't matter how well you think you're hiding your dysfunction from your children. They see it. I grew up in a very dysfunctional household and my parents tried to hide it. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. But we always knew it was dysfunction. So even if you're hiding it, your kids know that your relationship is dysfunctional if it's actually dysfunctional.
And you're teaching them to, like, it's okay to receive this type of treatment. Even if you know it's not. Sometimes when you're just growing up into something, it just, that toxicity just becomes normal to you. And you start looking for it, even if it's not intentional. Yeah. So I think you just got to be careful. And anybody that's having an outside baby on me, deuces. I'm not even going to give you a difficult time. If you're a good person with the kids, we can just split, do 50-50 with the custody and just keep it moving. But you're done with me. Snip, snip. I don't play cheating.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on the kids, period, point blank, especially the outside kids. So, yeah, that's enough for me.
I hope that decision was worth it.
That's enough for me. And also, trials and tribulation of a marriage is not, I'm treating my partner like trash. It's maybe your kid has soccer practice and they sprain their ankle on a bad month and where y'all really didn't have the money. Like, that's a trial and tribulation of, like, a marriage and being together and having kids. Not, I like to humiliate and cheat on my partner, and that's why we have trials and tribulation. That's not the trial and tribulation of a marriage. That's you being a crappy partner to your wife or your husband. So, I need people to stop this, again, delusion of being like, cheating is a trial and tribulation. No, cheating is a choice that person made, and to me, that should not go into the category of trials and tribulation of a marriage. It should go into the category of how I treat and love my partner.
And that's what struggle love is a whole nother episode I'm not going to get into today. But
that needs to be an episode of its own because I hate that term. I hate it. There's no way to make it positive, and people try to twist it and make it positive, and it's not positive. Struggle love is very ugly, and I hate how, like, our community as Black women, they push struggle love on us so freaking much, and it's exhausting. It's like, just, if you're not gonna love me correctly, just leave me alone, but don't push toxicity onto me.
You said it better, because I know Black people are not the only ones that go through struggle love, but we advertise it the most. And it's not.
Me too. It's frustrating.
It's not cute.
It's literally actually frustrating.
And love is hard. You are going to have your moments where you struggle, and just depending on what it is, but that's not something you should advocate for. Yes.
Nothing. Yes. There's a song. It's literally titled "Struggle Love." Let me see who it's by. Jaheim.
I think that's how you pronounce it. It's
okay, let me find it. We're gonna review this song. I don't know when.
We should review that. We should review that when we're doing the Struggle Love.
Yeah, it's by Jaheim. It's called Struggle Love. We will definitely review that song, but where I work, they just play music, and so that's how I heard this song. And I was just like, halfway through the song, I'm like, I want them to turn this off. Like, this is not cute. This is not cute. No, because it's just like a radio station. So it just plays stuff. It's not like we can...
I was like, manager, can we change the radio station? Because this song is promoting toxicity. This song is not cute. And it sucks because he actually has a nice voice.
The song, yes, again... Okay, this is the flip of, like, the last two songs we reviewed. Actually, no, it's not. It's the same thing. Where it's like the lyrics I hate the lyrics, but the sound of it and how it's produced sounds nice. Mm-hmm. Like, that song, we're already going on about this song. We're going to review this song in its entirety. So we'll just leave it at that. But if you want to listen to it and wait for our review on it, it's called Struggle Love by Jaheim. And I would not. It's a no for me. It's a no. The lyrics are a no for me.
Yeah, it's a no. But anyway, moving on. We're going to jump into the food segment. I had something to say about the food segment today. Mm-hmm. So y'all, I was gifted a cast iron.
That she's never ever going to purchase again. This is her first and last one.
Let me finish. Let me tell the people what I did. So Tiara actually was really nice enough when I first got it. She cleaned it for me and did the whole oven thing. I didn't touch it, and I
seasoned it. That's the culinary term.
Like she said, she seasoned it, and I threw it in under the cabinet because I know I didn't want to use it because I didn't want to clean it. So about a week or two ago, I'm like, you know what? Let's pull it out. Let's see. So I made a shepherd pie. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw when I posted it. So I appreciate the love, y'all. But once I was done eating it, it sat in the kitchen.
Okay, let me ask you something. When you made the shepherd's pie, did you cook the meat in the cast iron?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I cooked everything in it. I was following the directions.
I gotta review your shepherd's pie recipe because that recipe sounded crazy. It looked good, like it came out good, but that recipe just sounded wild.
It took 2 hours to make, so yeah. And yeah, I started a fire, y'all, but it wasn't with the thing.
Nearly burned down her apartment.
I was trying to make some mashed potatoes from scratch. Okay, the fire started because I didn't clean the stove properly. And I've been telling myself for a while now, I need to clean the stove, Lauren, clean the stove. And I kept putting it off. And the fire said, well, you're going to clean it today.
No, for real.
So, y'all, that's how I almost burnt down the kitchen. I had some kosher salt. And this is also a food tip. Do not pour water on fire. Pour that kosher salt. Because if you pour water, it's just gonna inflame.
No,
don't
do
pour
not pour
water
water on a fire. Salt. Use salt or use there's like something like a product they use in the kitchen, but use salt. Yes.
But anyway, I say all that. Long story short is that today I finally got around to cleaning it, and I did look on YouTube on how to correctly clean it. So now it's in the oven, y'all. I did put some vegetable oil all over it, and some of the meat stuff was not coming off, so I did use some salt. So y'all, I really was trying to
well, it sounds like you cleaned it correctly, so that's
to do it. I will see how Tira feels about it.
I haven't inspected it yet. I'm thinking about inspecting it now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's inspect it right now, actually. Because it's right here. Okay. Okay, you didn't do a bad job. Okay. It's actually clean.
Okay.
Let's show the people your work. This is actually like a good job.
Because y'all, it was looking real bad earlier.
Okay, you can keep your cast iron for now. Because I was going to come take this away.
No. Okay, it got the approval. It got the approval, the stamp of approval, y'all. So, see, look, y'all, I'm really trying to be intentional with the kitchen. Because the kitchen and I, we're working on our relationship. I'm trying to be confident and comfortable with the kitchen. Right now, neither.
You're like halfway there.
We'll see.
You're halfway there. It's not like terrible.
We'll see, y'all. We're working on it. We're working on it.
But okay, I forgot to add a little thing in my segment. So this hat that I'm wearing, I actually got it from a Pride festival in, where were we? Carrollton? Frisco. That Lauren took me to last year. Last year, right?
Yeah.
That Lauren took me to last year as a friend date. And this is where I got this hat from. everybody loves this hat every time I put it on. So it's just like a crochet knitted hat.
Is it warm?
Yeah, it's actually warm. It's nice. So yeah, that was also in addition to like my queer fact.
The lady was selling the hat to her. So
yeah.
And I finally joined I joined the pride group in my job by default because I was going back to my desk and some people on my team like, oh, Lauren, you should go to the ERG floor. It's basically just little communities for different groups of people. So they had some free stuff, so I took some free stuff. So that's why I joined the organization by default.
I'm screaming.
So that's also what I did this month for the queerness.
For our queer Black history. Black history is also queer history, trans history, women's history. Please don't ever forget that.
All of the above.
It's all encompassed of all Black people's lives and experiences, regardless of gender, regardless of sexual orientation. Like, we are all included in Black History Month.
We are. Whoop, whoop. I hope I didn't say sorry. That was not the intention. So let's. I just thought of that.
But today we are doing a show review of our favorite show,
Hoochie Daddies. Say it loud.
The good old Hoochie Daddies. Yes, we are reviewing season 1. We've already reviewed episodes 1 through 3 on our last episode.
The one
our last episode.
Yet, but you'll see that soon. And
today we are going to review episode 4, 5, and 6. Now, episode 4,
y'all. Let me start out by saying, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Woody, she still had a tag on her hat. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Because some people, they keep the tags on their things.
I don't like keeping tags on stuff.
I keep tags on my bags. Just on my bags.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. You just gotta keep the tag on there.
Are you trying to take it back?
No. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just can't take the tag off. But some people are like that with their hats. They're just like, I gotta keep the tag on. I don't know what it is.
Take that tag off. That tag ruined it for me.
But the tag on the hat is kind of crazy because it's like blatant. Like, it's right there. Now, the tag on my bag, I can just tuck it into my bag and people don't notice. But on the hat and on the shoes, I've seen people keep tags on their shoes.
Can you claim it on your taxes?
Woody probably can because she wore it on her show. Yeah. So, she probably can.
I'm her tag. And it is taxes and we also file taxes.
Yes, please do. Mom been done. So.
I'm still working on mine. I'm doing my taxes for the first time ever. Well, okay, my dad gonna help me next week, but I started it. So.
Yeah, Laura gonna get that $500,000 back for doing her own taxes. I've been seeing those memes of people like, I did my own taxes, am I going to jail? And it's like $400,000.
Okay, what they getting back?
Yes. I'm like, y'all are going to jail, yes. The answer is yes. You're going to jail.
If it's more than a certain amount, yeah, you probably get something or falsify some information.
Those memes crack me up. I love them. They're so hilarious.
Don't say that money just in case. You throw that in the savings account.
No, for real.
But
no, episode 4 starts off with them talking about the previous competition, and the previous competition was the phone number competition where they went to the beach and got people's phone numbers. And then on episode 4, they did this terrible cooking competition.
Oh my god.
That's how the competition started. Would you like your input?
Yes. I know we just literally talked about me in the kitchen. But look, I'm working on it. Let's start with the fact that let's tell you what they made. Let's start
there, yeah.
They made some chicken, which was fried and baked chicken. They made some biscuits.
Canned biscuits.
Some green beans.
Canned green beans.
And they had like a salad and some boiled eggs. So I don't know if the boiled
eggs. Okay, they boiled the eggs and they chopped them up and put them in the salad.
Okay.
I think that's where the boiled eggs went.
Okay.
But yeah, that was what they made. And they basically broke up into teams of 4, I believe. It was supposed to be, they were supposed to make 4 things, and they were supposed to break up evenly amongst teams to work on each thing. And so it was Taz and Moyo, I believe, that were working on the chicken. They were like cleaning the chicken in the sink. Well, no, Fantasy, she was cleaning the chicken in the sink. And then Daiga got mad.
Yeah.
Because she was like, it's dirty to clean chicken in the sink.
How do you feel about that?
Where else are you supposed to wash the chicken?
I feel like I guess when I clean something, I just get a bowl or something and then I clean it. But I mean, I feel like
they were just so how they were cleaning it, they just had the water running and they were just rinsing the chicken under and then putting it in a bowl. Nothing wrong with that method, but like it really doesn't matter what method you use. You could put it in the bowl of water, but once you have to pour that water out, you have to clean your sink to clean out the raw chicken juice and stuff. Like no matter what method you use. So she was mad at them for cleaning the chicken in the sink, and it's just like, where else are they supposed to clean the chicken? Like I just didn't understand, and she was like legitimately, actually furious and upset about it.
She was, and literally wanted to fight because of the chicken.
Wanted and did fight, but we'll get there. We'll get to the fights.
But yeah, I did have Moyo for the chicken, and then Taz, she also did the biscuits and the mashed potatoes.
They were just canned biscuits. That's the thing. They didn't even make biscuits. They had an hour to cook 4 things too, so they could have made biscuits in an hour. Yes, but also they were all sharing one kitchen, so that kind of also limits what you can really do, in my opinion.
And they were just going off what they had, so they didn't like go out and buy anything.
And then they should have. Okay, how this competition should have gone is they should have had like a sandwich or like a ice cream sundae competition, something where everyone could participate without like, because this cooking competition, I feel like if you're gonna have a cooking competition, everybody needs to make like their own cohesive dish. Not everybody works on one thing to make a dish,
because everybody has different ways and stuff. Yeah, and it's real easy to clash.
So I feel like it would have been judged more fairly if they did like a sandwich competition or like an ice cream
or like a thing. Everybody's made their own version of
something. 8 people using one stove and one oven is not reasonable if you want to have a cooking competition.
It's not.
So that's why I say they should have done something where they didn't have to use like appliances to make whatever food they were going to make. So I feel like they should have done like ice cream sundaes or sandwiches or decorated a cake or something
we don't
like
even
that.
Eat chicken.
That was the other crazy thing. They made chicken 2 ways, and Woody doesn't eat chicken. And she was supposed to be the one judging the competition.
Bitch, don't make sense.
That made 0 sense. 0.
And then Stud King said that some people, I guess, didn't wash their hands.
Yeah.
So that was nasty.
Stud King and Daiga did not participate in this competition at all. Because Daiga was furious that they were washing chicken in the sink, so she just walked off. And then Daiga was convinced that, wait, did I say Stud King first?
No, you said Daiga.
Okay, Stud King was convinced that people weren't washing their hands, so she didn't participate either.
If you think they nasty, you've been with them for almost however long, that's bad. that's because probably the one time they only cooked.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
And then there was also a debate if salad counts as a dish.
Yeah.
Do you think salad counts as a dish?
I mean, I guess. Yeah. It's still part.
Okay.
You need something green on the plate.
Yes. I feel like salad counts as a dish if you make the salad dressing.
But what if you don't like dressing and stuff?
So you just like plain lettuce on the plate?
I was like that for a while, yeah.
I like dressing on my salad, so I'm going to need some salad dressing. But if you're going to... I cook, and I love watching Food Network and cooking competitions. If you're going to make a salad in a competition, you cannot just go in the fridge and take out some romaine and pour some ranch dressing on it. you need to make the dressing. That's the only way it counts as you making a salad.
My body been acting weird with dressing lately, so
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with eating just plain lettuce. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds wild to me, but I like dressing on my salad.
I've had to take a step back on like the ranch and stuff because my body been going through some things. So, but there was a time where I really did just like everything on my salad. But
yeah, or just like a salad that makes sense, like making a Mediterranean salad or a Greek
like
salad,
a chicken salad or something.
Yeah, or a chicken salad. Like just making like a theme for the salad. But yeah, if you're gonna make a salad in a cooking competition, it has to make sense. It has to have different elements and components in it, and you should make your own salad dressing. That's the only way it was gonna count as like they made that salad. For me.
Well, look, they only had an hour and they had to go over in the refrigerator. They might even have me dressing.
They should have made some dressing. It's not hard to make dressing. But so Taz and Dyke God got into an altercation, and I don't know who started fighting first or what they were even fighting about. I was trying to understand what they were fighting about, but I couldn't understand. But they were like swinging at each other. They had to pull them apart, and Dyke God went outside, and then Taz and everybody else stayed inside, and they all took a shot together. But then we went outside and talked to Dyke God, and she was just talking about how it was dirty that they were washing the chicken in the sink. That's probably what it was about the chicken thing. And then she went back. Dyke God went outside, but then when she came back inside, she started fighting Taz again. I'm just like, why?
What was the purpose of that? Like, you should have just stayed outside.
That was just silly.
And then when they fought, Taz tore like a piece of her hair.
Oh, the second time, yeah, she tore one of her locks off.
So she was showing everybody what Taz did. And then somebody else went outside with Dyke God and fought.
It was Stud King. Stud King went outside and put the lock in like her do-rag and went inside. And then Dyke God got mad that Stud King did that amongst just being mad at Stud King. Stud King, Taz, Fantasy, and Dyke God, I believe they are all dancers. I believe all four of them are dancers. And apparently there's some outside drama between them and their dancer entertainment community, between Dyke God and Stud King. So that's why they were always like at each other the whole time.
Well, yeah, we didn't get tea on that. So.
No, that's what Taz said that in the little interview. That's what Taz said. So, Dyke God and Stud King were just outside with Woody, and Woody was like, if y'all want to fight it, y'all just fight it out right now. Y'all should just fight. And they just started going at each other. I'm just like, these are grown women.
30 plus.
This is not how grown women resolve issues. We don't sit there and fight each other. Talk. Use your words.
If you fight and you resolve issues, let me know. Because fighting, I'm scared I'm going to hurt somebody. So,
I can't fight, so it's a no.
It's the bones that be scaring me. I feel like I'm going to accidentally knock you out, and I'm going to hit something, and I'm going to go to jail. So that's why I don't be fighting.
I'm screaming. You're not trying to catch a charge. I just can't fight. I will defend myself the best I can, but
because sometimes when I'm just really angry. And I feel like when grown men have told you your hands are heavy, that's an indicator that I need to keep my hands to myself. So,
that is hilarious. But, and this is all happening amongst the cooking competition going on.
Some people are cooking, some people are fighting.
Yeah, basically. Half the people are cooking and half the people are fighting. And then it just got to a point where it's like, it's probably been like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
They didn't really time anything on these challenges. So.
And then when they were frying the chicken,
it was too many chicken pieces in that. They were frying too many pieces together. Because like when I fry chicken, y'all, I don't do it very often. But I maybe put, because I usually do get like a big pan, but I maybe only put maybe like 4 pieces at a time, and then I take it out.
Because you can't overcrowd the pan, because it's going to make the temperature drop too much.
They put maybe like 10 pieces.
The whole pan was just covered with chicken. Like, it seemed like they took a whole pack of chicken and just put it in the fryer.
And I didn't see any seasonings.
The breading was literally falling off.
Okay, so J Cash actually said something about the breading. She said they didn't have any flour, so she had to like get some bread crumbs, like from the actual bread, and make crumbs out of it.
Stop.
That's what was going on with that.
Oh my goodness.
She said that in a confession.
Oh my, that is so ugly.
I wonder if she toasted the bread and then did it that way.
Why would you make the decision to fry chicken and you don't have flour? They should have just baked all the chicken. Why did they try to fry chicken with no flour? That is insane. If they had some cornstarch, they could have used cornstarch if they had that.
I don't know that. She just said she actually used bread.
Oh my goodness. That's why that chicken was looking so ugly. Because I'm like, what did they do to this chicken?
All I heard was they used salt and pepper. I didn't hear about no other seasonings. And that chicken, it could be crunchy all day before it had no flavor.
Yeah, it's a no.
The ketchup, I ain't gonna say it.
It's a no. And then that guy and Taz tried to fight again for the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Third time. Yeah, Woody doesn't eat chicken. I don't understand how a winner was determined when it seemed like she wanted, so like at the end, she was like, this isn't the real challenge. So I'm just like,
you wasted everybody's
time. What was the point of this?
Something you know you're gonna eat.
What is the point? Exactly. She didn't even eat the food. What is the point of this? So the real competition was like the tissue box thing, and they filled it with bells, and then you tie it around your waist, and you basically do whatever body movement you're going to choose to try to get all the bells out. So that's twerking, shaking. Some of them were like thrusting.
They were doing whatever they could do to get
those cracking me up.
The beads out.
Yes. And so that was the real competition. The real competition didn't start until after the first 30 minutes of the episode. And then the real competition started.
Wasted was the show.
The first half was really a waste. Taz and Fantasy were in the final head-to-head battle, and Fantasy won. And the end of this episode is also when the whole gun debate started.
That's when I dozed off, y'all, but I did take some notes when I was still kind of awake. Yeah, I thought it was good that they did have like their gun license because they were talking about that,
right?
But
and I will say at the beginning of episode 5, they were saying that like in their contract it didn't like specify if they could or could not bring their guns. Mm-hmm. But when Stud King came on set, she told Woody that I have my gun, like I just want to let you know that I have it. And she was like, oh well, you know, you can give me your gun or you can like leave it like off the set or whatever. But she was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And that's when she like swept everybody for their guns.
Well, okay. We'll talk about the episode 5 or whatever. But yeah, Stud King said that she's not going anywhere without her gun. So
yeah. I mean, okay, I've thought about this because to me that's not normal behavior. Mm. But also I do want to get a gun and get a license. Yeah. And I feel like honestly, how crazy this world is, it is getting to a point where I see like as a woman, you don't feel safe unless you have some sort of protection on you, whether that's a gun, pepper spray, like whatever. Yeah. So at first, like, yes, that sounded crazy to me. Mm-hmm. That she was like, I'm not going to go anywhere without my gun. But then I really sat and I thought about it, and I'm just like, is that crazy though?
I think what makes it, I don't say crazy, but what makes it kind of, my thing is, what situation are you putting yourself into? Now, I know not every situation we're putting ourselves into, but sometimes I feel like people be into mess.
Okay, but she is an entertainer.
Yeah.
She's a woman. Yeah. She most likely works at night.
I get that. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that our occupation or her being stuck is wrong. I'm just saying sometimes too, people do get stuck because they're in messy situations too, though.
Yeah.
So I just think it just depends on why you need to bring it everywhere. Mm-hmm. If it's for your safety and protection, cool. I don't have an issue with that. But if you bring it because you know you're about to do something silly and you're going to defend yourself, that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
That's all.
So a lot of them felt the same way about having their guns on them and stuff. And no, at first I thought that was crazy, but then I really thought about it and I'm just like, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's not. But I feel like if you're coming on set to film something, no, you do not need your gun.
Yeah. And if you really feel like you can't go on like a TV show or something without your gun, then that's a deeper conversation you might need to have with yourself.
Yeah. Most definitely. So yeah, there was a whole gun debate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then, like, basically in episode 5, it kind of piggybacks off their conversation that they were having in episode 4 about the guns. And they were upset that Jay Cash told Woody that some people still had their guns. Mm-hmm. So it prompted another gun sweep and everybody's guns were officially taken, pretty much.
I wonder where they were when they did that gun sweep. They probably were like out and about and they didn't know.
Okay.
I wonder how they.
This is my other thing about Hoochie Daddies. They were still allowed to have their phone, their cars, their guns, access to the outside world. I feel like if you're going to do a show like this, make it a bubble. Like, this is what we're here to see. Make it a bubble. They can't have their phones. Maybe they should just have their phones the first day to do the Tik Tok challenge, and then that's it. Not their cars. They're not free to go anywhere. Like, if it was just a week, they can stay in the house for a week. Yeah. Walk around the neighborhood. Pay for them to order groceries and order delivery and stuff. They could have done that.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it just should have been more of like a bubble. Instead of them being able to still leave and go and have their phones and have access to the internet and stuff.
I get that. But also in episode 5, that's when they did the good old slip and slide challenge, y'all.
So with this challenge, they basically have this mat, like a slip and slide. Side note, did you ever have a slip and slide as a kid? Mm-mm. I had one. It was so fun.
I think I've done it like when I went to parties, but I didn't have my own. No.
Yeah, as a kid, them toy commercials advertised the mess out of me. When I saw it, I would immediately go to my parents and be like, I want this. And they would get it for me. I'm still currently today a spoiled child, but yeah, if I had to sit and spin, do you remember what that toy is? Mm-hmm. It's like you sit on it and then you spin the wheel and you spin around.
That made me dizzy.
I had a sit and spin that I begged my parents for. I begged my parents for that slip and slide.
Did you even use it?
I did use the slip and slide, yes.
Okay, here's the thing with me. I don't like water and I don't like touching grass when my feet are wet. I don't like that.
So you didn't go to nobody's backyard pool parties?
I did, but I didn't like that combo. So
why didn't you wear the shoes? You know, like the water shoes.
I didn't have any of that. I don't know. But I don't. If I'm wet, I don't like walking in that grass.
I love my bare feet in wet grass. I know that sounds gross, but yeah, you would lay the mat out. You kind of like hammer, like not nails. But it came with something where you would stick it in, so like the mat would lay flat, and then you just take your water hose and like wet it, and then like attach it to like the end, and it would like just spray the water out at the end. So when you would slide, you get to the end, it's all this water.
And let me also say about the grass I grew up in. There was always stickies, and that would be very painful for the grass that my parents had. So that's also why. We did not, and that our backyard grew like weed. Like my dad would cut it, and in 2 weeks it's high again. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
He was not about to do all that, and it was just I'm not big on water like that, y'all.
So, but yes, basically they had these 2 slip and slides, and They had the water hose. They wetted it, and then
with some detergent or not.
Yeah, they put some slippery. Some soap. They put something slippery on it. So the one person is at the end with the balloon tied to them, and the balloon is like on their back, and the other person is supposed to like run up and pop it
without using their hands.
Yes, without using their hands. So yeah, they were basically just kind of thrusting into each other
and they
for
did not
a
like
good
that.
20 minutes. Them not liking that is crazy. This is a house full of women that like women, but they did not like this challenge. Crazy.
Yeah.
Who won that challenge?
Let me see if I wrote that down.
I did not write down who won this challenge.
Yeah, I didn't write it down either. It was so much like little pieces of talking about it, the commentary. So
yeah,
I think J Cash won. I think
we'll fact check on who won that challenge, but I don't remember who won it.
But yeah, they really started having a conversation about how they felt very uncomfortable, and I learned a new term called de-stud-masculate.
I love my queer lesbian community. The terms, though, maybe we're just old.
The women are older than us.
The new terms are just very interesting.
It's getting too
I don't shame them, but at the same time, it's just, look, I identify as just a femme woman that likes other women. That's what I got. I don't have no more terms for me.
J Cash in her little commentary said she felt like she was violated in a male prison. They were not for the main issue is that they were not for stud on stud. And my thing is, if that's not your preference, that's fine. But you don't have to shame other people if they do like being with another stud. There's nothing.
Because wasn't it Stud King that said that being with another stud is gay?
Yeah.
Now, y'all, let's please unpack this. let's unpack
a gay
this
woman
comment
that said that it's gay to be gay. When y'all understand what she was saying, let me know, because we feel gay at the end of the day.
This is why we need to stop taking heteronormative things into our community, because it just looks really silly.
It does.
It looks really silly. There's nothing wrong with two masculine women being together, two feminine women being together, two non-binary women being together, a mixture of all those things. At the end of the day, it is still two women. So I don't understand why they felt so uncomfortable with that challenge when they're all women that like women. Yes, they're not attracted to each other. Mm-hmm. That's okay. But they were acting like half of them were men or something. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't understand why they were just so uncomfortable with that.
That's a deeper issue within yourself of why you and I think, as we all know, because they probably did like it, and it probably freaked them out. They liked it.
That too. That's probably why they freaked out too.
Because they're like, ooh, okay, I do like this.
It's a woman. Y'all like women.
Because you all know you may want to be poking fun out of situations. Mm-hmm. That's because you know that's what you kind of like.
It's projection. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what it was. And you know, they're older. When you set in your ways, it's weird when there's like you discover a new way of you liking something. Mm-hmm. So, yo,
the de-stud masculation, is that what they called it?
They said they didn't want to, like, you know how for men you say emasculating?
The stud masculate?
Yeah, they didn't want to de-stud masculate. The stud on stud shame I was not a fan of, but I did like fantasy. Y'all, my favorite, if I had to pick my two favorite characters on this show, it would have been Maya B and Fantasy. I loved how Fantasy, I loved her style for one. I loved her outfits. They're very loud, very just gorgeous outfits. And she didn't care. She said, if I want to have a good time, I'm going to have a good time. I don't care how that looks.
Exactly.
I don't know why we as people minimize our own pleasure. I don't get why we do that, but it's just, She said we gonna have a good time. Like, that's just what it is. And she gave the best answer out of everybody.
Because fantasy, she likes women.
Yeah.
Like,
she said, no clothes on, you still gonna see the same part of the movie.
That's what was sending me, because I'm just like, yes, you present very masculine and you wear masculine clothes and you probably take on a more masculine energy. But at the end of the day, when those clothes come off,
a woman is a woman, y'all.
You are still a woman under them clothes. We still look the same under these clothes. So what are y'all talking about? There's this no stud on stud law. That's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. That's part of the stud Bible that needs to be thrown out. Needs to be burned.
It's just silly.
Because it's sounding really ridiculous.
You went to another community not to be shamed. You shaming other people. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Shaming people for who they love in the LGBT community is crazy.
It is.
And we need to stop that because it's literal insanity.
Mm-hmm. The bisexual, well, that's a whole other conversation itself too. But
yeah, bisexuality is valid. Bisexuality is a whole nother conversation, but it's very valid. And us as queer people need to stop shaming other queer people for who they choose to love.
We do.
We need to stop that. That's the whole point of why we come to this community, is to feel safe enough to love who we want to love and not be judged for it. And it's like, we already get judged enough from straight people. We don't need queer people in our own community judging us for who we love. Yes. That's really ridiculous.
It is.
Really ridiculous.
Woo, y'all. But yeah, that episode was very interesting. But on to episode 6. Where they did, most of the episode consisted of tattoo challenge and a drinking
The
challenge.
Casamigos at the Casa.
At the
I
house.
think, yeah, the Casa, the challenge named something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Casamigos at the Casa or something like that. And basically, they spent, 10 hours just drinking and taking shots, essentially?
Basically.
And like every hour, or was it every 30 minutes they would take a shot?
I don't know. They didn't time anything. But I think it was every hour, I think.
We're going to guess, maybe, this is a crazy dumb range. But maybe every 15 minutes to an hour. Mm-hmm. Because how long, they also did tattoos. And I think how they were doing it, they would have a person get a tattoo and then they would take another shot. Mm. So I guess however long it took to do a tattoo. But they did take 4 shots first? Everybody took 4 shots first and then did tattoos? Like how many shots led up to the tattoos?
I don't know if I wrote that down. I think it was after the 6th shot. That's when they...
Okay, so they took 6 shots. Whoever was left, because Fantasy dropped out pretty early.
She didn't even do it.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not drinking. And I feel that. And so when they got up to 6 shots, whoever was left during 6 shots, they then everybody got tattoos. Mm-hmm. So one person would go get a tattoo, and then when they came back, they would do another shot.
That would have been 6 in my stomach.
Same, that's too much. But they had did you write down the tattoo artist's name?
Juan Ramon. I didn't write it down, y'all.
So, he's in the Florida area, I'm assuming. I don't know if this man still does tattoos. Now, I've heard from professional tattoo artists that you're not supposed to drink or smoke anything before you get a tattoo. You're not supposed to get a tattoo drunk. But that's what they did. But they basically, they had the choice and option to get the tattoo in the first place. And if they chose to get the tattoo, they could either get it anywhere, they can get it anywhere on their body, but if they got it on their face specifically, they get 2 points instead of 1. Mm-hmm. So everybody basically got it on their face. Some people got it behind their ear. Some people got it literally on their head, mm-hmm. Shaved down some of their head and got it on their head, on their neck. Some people got it on the side of their face. Mm-hmm. So everybody got the tattoo. Was the tattoo cute?
No, it looked like a Batman superhero DC tattoo with HD for Hoochie Daddy, and it was not HD quality.
No, I don't want to judge this man's work off of a preset tattoo that
he came up with. That was his idea.
Yeah, but it wasn't good. To be honest, it just wasn't good.
In our opinion. You might like it, but we just say in our opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But yeah, that was basically the challenge of that whole episode of them just drinking and getting tattoos. All of them got a tattoo. Who won the drinking challenge?
It was a few people that won. They did 12 shots, and it was still like I think
3 people that were still in it.
Moyo, King, Stud King, J Cash, and I think Dyke all got a point.
Okay.
Because there was still quite a few people that was in that challenge, or they made it to
12
shots.
I wouldn't have made it to 12 shots. I would have not made it to 12.
How many do you think you would have made?
3 or 4. I would have stopped after 3 or 4. I definitely wouldn't have got to 12.
I would have stopped at 1 because I don't like. I gotta have a chaser. They had no chaser, y'all. They had water. That's it. That's not even a chaser.
Okay, did they just not have a chaser, or were they not allowed to have a chaser?
I don't know.
Because I would have had to have a chaser. Now, if I don't have a chaser, then I'm stopping at 1 or 2. But if I have a chaser, then 3 or 4.
I don't know because they didn't specify if they couldn't. So I don't know.
Lauren didn't live her party girl life. The most shots I've ever taken in one night has been 7.
One, y'all. That's because people begged me. That was what, a year or 2 ago. So I don't drink like that. Like I drink here and there, but
actually, I don't drink like that anymore either. I'm gonna get heartburn if I drink a shot. If I drink a daiquiri, I get a headache. Like I can't drink like that anymore myself. So I only drink wine. That's
why they said the tap out, the high end wine, y'all. She can't drink the. I can't drink
stuff. Cheap wine. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, they had a drinking and tattoo episode, and then after that challenge, okay. So what is the final score for everybody right now?
I know.
I did take a picture of it, but I didn't take a picture of the second one. Okay, so far Moyo has 3, Taz has 3, Dyke God has 3, Stud King has 4, Maya B has 4, J Cash has 4, Fantasy has 5, and King has 2 points for their things. And then we'll probably do another update at the end of episode 8, after we review episode 8 and tell y'all where the score stands. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's where the score is. And then they did another challenge. This is when they got more points for, right?
The pudding one?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah. This, y'all, they were slurping down like they were performing on a person.
Yes, that is the cleanest way to say that for the internet.
They were showing their techniques.
Yeah, their techniques, their skills on these pudding cups. So that was okay to me. Like seeing people be like sexual is like funny to me because it's kind of cringy. But it just, I don't know, it just tickles me. So that was just funny to me.
Moyo said a very interesting phrase, a comment.
You make it clean. But what did she say?
She said lick apart.
I'm screaming.
That's what she said.
But
so she was excited.
Yeah.
I think she won.
Yeah.
So that's why she was just. And then Stud King, they got like in an argument over the pudding challenge, kind of, sort of.
What argument did they get?
Didn't they like at the end?
I mean, probably, but they're always arguing. So it's like, which one was this?
It was J Cash and was it Dyke God? No. It was J Cash and Stud King. They were kind of doing a little something over the oral skills, essentially.
Well, it seems like they want to try their skills out on each other, and then maybe they just should.
They were gone, y'all, because J Cash.
Oh yeah, this is they did this pudding challenge after the tattoos, after the 12 shots. So yeah, they were gone.
J Cash was humping the chair, and they were doing their dancing skills on the chair.
Yes, that cracked me up.
And I'm just like, like, y'all gone.
No, for real.
And they did have a host come in, Nikki, who Moody brought in, and she was supposed to be keeping track of who did the drinks. But her and Moody were drinking too, so it's just like...
The accuracy on this show is not there. There's no accuracy.
If you're gonna be the host, you're not supposed to participate.
Right.
With the contestants.
But yeah, that pudding challenge sent me. That just tickled me. It was so funny to watch. Now, I be taking down fruit cups.
She does, y'all.
I be taking down the fruit cups.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Because it's easy to use just your tongue when you're eating a fruit cup.
But sometimes you just want to enjoy it and not even gone in 5 seconds.
It's not gone in 5 seconds. I do enjoy it.
I like a spoon, y'all. Give me a spoon.
Oh my goodness. Try you gotta do your exercises.
My exercises?
Your tongue exercises.
Look. I haven't had like a pudding cup since I was a kid.
We should do the pudding cup challenge.
Okay, when you got the pudding, did you warm your pudding up in the microwave?
Excuse me? Excuse me? Did I take the pudding that's supposed to be cold and put it in the microwave and warm it up?
Yeah.
Who was doing this?
Me!
Why?
It tasted good.
Who taught you this?
Don't worry about it.
No, who taught you this? Because I'm going to go knock on your parents' door and ask who taught you this if you don't tell me. Because I've never in my life heard that. Please put in the comments down below if you've ever taken your cold pudding cup and put it in the microwave and warmed it up. I've never heard of this before. I've never in my life heard of this. Who taught you this?
My dad.
I'm screaming. Weren't you surely from just a southern family? Truly. I've never heard of that.
It's good. You want to try it?
You got some pudding?
No, I don't.
We know our next episode we're gonna do like a food, like a mukbang type thing. So we'll definitely keep the warm pudding in mind.
It's only for like 30 seconds. It's not like it's forever.
But it's warm.
It's good.
It's supposed to be cold.
I think it's interesting because I like my food
hot, not warmed, blazing, steam, hot, sizzling.
But she likes the Texas heat. I think it's the same at this point. It's the same. Look, that's worse.
I'm not gonna burn up my mouth now.
Your whole body burned up with this sun.
That's fine. Just stay in the house, put on AC.
So my bill can be $500.
I'm sorry about your bill, man. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna pay the bill for the AC. That is what it is.
I'm not paying that bill. Y'all, I'll turn my AC on like in the morning for like 2 hours, and I'll turn it off for like 8 or 6 hours, and then at the night I'll turn it back on. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I feel.
But no, I have not had warm pudding before. So do y'all not keep pudding in the refrigerator?
It would just be, I'm trying to think where we would keep it. Either be in the pantry or probably the refrigerator. But I would still just want it.
So you would take the top off the pudding and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And then just eat it?
Mm-hmm. Now you do have to wait a little bit because you don't want to burn your tongue. But
if y'all are going to try this, we're not trying to get sued. Take the pudding out and put it in a microwave safe dish and then heat it up. Do not put that plastic in the microwave.
Plastic is not good, but y'all, as a kid, we just threw the microwave. Or we had a little honey, but we didn't even take out the plastic. We leave that plastic.
Do not leave the plastic on. Take it out, put it in a microwave safe container, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Let it cool for like a minute or two. And
get
then
that spoon.
Let us know how it is. We'll be trying warm pudding on one of our next episodes. I'm not excited for this, but
It's good.
If y'all have ever had, this is normal to you. If you did this as a kid, please let us know, because I've never in my life heard about this at all, ever. Like never.
Why are you
ever.
making these things foreign?
Because I've never in my life heard anybody warm some pudding.
Well, it's good.
I've heard of like maybe keeping it in the pantry and just eating it at room temperature, but not putting it in the microwave. That's brand new.
You know, I gotta take it up a notch.
I'm screaming. Well, y'all, that's it for this episode. We gonna end it off on the warm pudding because I'm like in shock and disbelief that this exists. But yeah, this has been our episode 2 review of season 1 of the Hoochie Daddies. We'll probably do 2 more.
Yeah.
1 or 2 more, depending on how many episodes. It's either 8 episodes or 10 in the season. If it's 10, we'll do 2 more episodes. If it's 8, we'll just do 1 more. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure to follow our social medias. They will be posted in the description box of this episode. This has been Tiara.
And Lauren.
Bye.
Bye.